And thank you so much for being here. Most of you know me, but if you do not, I am Heather Macre. I'm running for re-election to the Central Arizona Water Conservation District Board. We affectionately call it the Water Board. Because if you have an opportunity to use that term, you should. What the Central Arizona Water Conservation Board does is we actually oversee and set policies for the Central Arizona Project Canals. The canals bring 1.5 million acre-feet of Colorado River water into the state of Arizona. We serve Maricopa, Pima, and Pinal counties. And this represents about 80% of Arizona's population, and it is a good percentage of Arizona's drinking water. So while we are not well known, what we do is very important. The Central Arizona Project has a 15-member board, and our board representation is from our 3 service area counties. And so I am running for one of the 5 Maricopa seats that are up this cycle. We have 6-year terms. So I was elected 6 years ago, and I'm running now for re-election to continue representing Maricopa County on the CAP board. And when we say down ballot, let me just tell you, I mean it. There's multiple pages in our ballot, and so it's not just down ballot, it's sort of like you flip it over, and then there's judges and fire districts and hospital districts and community college districts. We're even below all of that. So I always tell people, you have to kind of keep going. You're a dedicated voter if you get to the CAWCD board. And we are really way down at the bottom. But I will tell you, this year your support is more important than ever. We are facing a lot of big decisions at the CAWCD, and we are also going to have a lot of competition this year. We are probably going to have a field of 16 to 17 candidates for the 5 seats. And because this is down ballot, there is not a whole lot of incumbent advantage, which some of us who know water are there's probably no incumbent advantage at all. But I will tell you, it's sort of been flashing on the screen, but not right now, and it would be really convenient, is promises made, promises kept. And the reason I say that is because I'm proud to say that when I ran 6 years ago and I created my platform, I've actually achieved the things that I told people I was going to do. And that is not it's something a lot of politicians say, but it's probably not something that they can actually back up. But one of the key points of my platform was transparency. When I ran, part of it was because I had actually been before the board representing clients, and I put in my little blue card to speak about a Superfund issue, because Superfund is super fun. And they called me at the end of an 8-hour board meeting after they'd already voted on my issue. But I went and I made my record, because that's what you do, and I'm a lawyer and I get paid to talk. And I was like, this has to change. The only way to speak at these meetings is to come and sit through an 8-hour board meeting and you get 3 minutes of time. And I'm proud to say that now the meetings are broadcast on the internet. We use social media, and so we are completely interactive. You can watch the meetings while they're happening. You can watch the meetings after the fact. You can interact with almost all of us on the board, either via social media or email while we are doing it. And if you have a blue card, you can speak at the time that your agenda topic is called before we take a vote. It was the other thing, and probably the accomplishment that I'm most proud of, is that I have changed the energy portfolio. What some of you may know is that when Central Arizona Project was created, it was created and hooked directly to the Navajo generating station. CAP is the largest buyer of electric power in the state. And we have always gotten more than 90% of our power from the Navajo generating station. Always. And we are now going through a request for proposal process where we are decoupling from the Navajo generating station when it closes in 2019. And we will be buying diversified sources of energy. So we're going to have energy diversity, and 20% of our supply is going to be renewable energy. Which is literally the first time in CAP's 50-year history that we will be getting an energy source other than coal. I led the Power Task Force. I'm very proud of that. And I'm proud to say that we are the largest buyer of electric power in the state. And if we can diversify our portfolio and we can include that level of renewables, anyone can do it. And the other thing that I ran on, it sort of goes back to the first one, was making the public more aware. The other task force that I chaired was the communications task force. We created the Protect Lake Mead campaign. We worked with other stakeholders, including Water Use It Wisely, and we actually got the word out, not just through Arizona, but through the Southwest, about the importance of water in our community. And we actually did a campaign that was stakeholder facing, and by stakeholder, I mean everyone in this room. We sell water to agriculture, we sell it to industrial users, and we sell it to municipalities. So when I say stakeholder, I don't just mean the wholesale buyers, I mean all of you. And I want to continue doing that. But the only way for me to continue doing that is if you guys tell people, help me raise some money, and go to the ballot in November and check off my name. And let me tell you, I have big plans. I want to keep diversifying the energy portfolio. I want to make sure that we keep an eye on diversifying the supply and increasing the amount of renewables. You've heard about the 18-year drought. I'm just going to call it climate change because I don't think there is an 18-year drought. The Southwest is getting hotter and drier. We have to learn how to do more with less. We need to keep pushing our conservation and sustainability programs, and we need to keep pushing the public messaging so that we do not waste a crisis. Because while we don't want to scare people, we have their attention. So we need to make sure that not only are we making smart water policy, we need to take into account sustainability, and we need to take into account economic development. Those two are not opposing forces. Those two are things that if we work together and we are smart about what we're doing, we can absolutely balance them. I also think we need to have better water acquisition policies. You might have seen in the newspaper that the Arizona Department of Water Resources is not approving a purchase that we're trying to make, I should say, of some water in Quartzsite. I will tell you that I understand that we need to get more water into the CAGRD, the Central Arizona Groundwater Replenishment District, but we need to have policies before we do it. And I will tell you that that is a big deal because we're talking about moving water in a way that we've never done it. And so we need to have conversations about how we're going to do that, when we're going to do it, who we're going to do it, how it's going to be priced, and where that water is going to go. So I have big plans for the next 6 years, and I hope that you'll support me in getting there. And again, this is a down ticket race. I don't need to raise a ton of money. I need to raise some. The computers are over there. But what I really need you guys to do is tell people about this race. And if you think I'm doing a good job, tell people about me. We've got tons of social media. We have a beautiful website. And the only way for me to win this is to get 300,000 votes in a county that is half the size of New Jersey. It is a lot of work. We have time to do it between now and the beginning of November, but we need to get it done, and I can't do it by myself. I need all of you. So thank you so much for coming tonight. I'm really excited. I'm excited about the things we've accomplished. I'm excited about the things that we can achieve. Everything that we've accomplished so far tells me that everything I'm talking about we actually can do. So thank you so much, and I'm going to turn it over to the treasurer, also known as my husband.